Namoamidabutsu, 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 Namoamidabutsu. Good morning, everyone. How are you today? Very nice to see you. Last week we had a Dharma school graduation, and yesterday we had a Japanese language school graduation. So we don't have a Dharma school students today, but thank you. Oh, well, there's some. Thank you for coming, and other people here, and thank you for coming to listen to the Dharma today. By the way, can you hear me all right? Over there to the end? All right, very good. Today, I was thinking, what can I share with you? I thought I want to talk about Nembutsu. Do you know the word Nembutsu? Do you know? Have you ever heard? Right? Yeah, a lot of people say, I know that. Why is Reverend Wonder talk about the Nembutsu? Yeah, right. But, Dharma message, when you hear Dharma message, just listen. We read the lesson by Reverend Tsuji this morning. We might have a different perspective if you hear Nembutsu. I know how to do Nembutsu. I know how it means, but it might have a different connotation and meaning to you, depending on where you are in your life. So, let's talk about the Nembutsu. When I was a child, I was born in Kyoto in Shin-Buddhist family, and my oba-chan, grandmother, always faced to Obutsudan, Amida Buddha statue, in the morning, and say, Namoamidabutsu, Namoamidabutsu, Namoamidabutsu. I was 3 or 4 years old, and said, what is she mumbling? I said, Oba-chan, what are you saying? I said, Namoamidabutsu. I said, what does it mean? She said, well, you will know, but say just Namoamidabutsu. She trained me, Namoamidabutsu, Namoamidabutsu. That's how I was growing up. So I started going to school and said, what does it mean to me, Namoamidabutsu? Why do I have to say that? When do I have to say that? So if I say, what will happen to me? Those kind of questions I had when I was teenagers. So, talking about the Nembutsu, that's how we write kanji. Some of the people know the Japanese kanji that came from China. So I talk about first the letter kanji first, nem and butsu. Okay, so let me see. Nen. Letter nen consists of 2 parts, radical, upper and bottom one. So people say, Reverend Wonder, how many kanjis do you know? Well, I don't know. How many kanjis are there? I checked a little bit, and amazingly, 100,000 letters. 100,000 letters. But I don't know so many. But you're okay if I know maybe 3,000, 4,000 letters, and I understand and I can read a newspaper in Japanese newsletter, and novel and books, everything, all right. But sometimes I encounter the letter I have never seen before. I bet you, particularly when I read a sutra, Chinese translation, and kind of old, a lot of strokes. I don't know what it means. But luckily, if you know the radical, like an upper part, symbol of plants, or symbol of fish, or symbol of heart and mind, I can guess. Even this letter is so complicated, has so many strokes. I can say, I think this letter means this. Yeah. And then I can even say, this is how we pronounce it. Very interesting. So, talking about nen, its upper part is that the first letter means ima, now, and then other meaning is close or seal. Interesting. And then the bottom part is kokoro, shin, means heart and mind. You see, project kokoro is this kokoro. Okay? And Nembutsu butsu is, the Buddha. So, now close heart and mind and butsu. How do we understand this Nembutsu? It's sort of like that. When you cook something, curry, I made a curry last Tuesday with Wednesday. I normally don't have time to cook, but I was able to go to grocery store and I was able to make a curry. And when I made a curry, I have to boil all the vegetable and chicken, everything, right? And I have to put the lid on, close, seal. That's what ima means. I didn't know ima has another meaning, which is close. I thought ima is always now, I thought. But another meaning also close, seal. So I would say the Nembutsu's nen is you seal your heart and mind, thinking about the Buddha. Got it? Got it? That means sealing or close your minds. But it's a little bit calm. That's exactly meditation, right? We have meditation. We just finished the meditation this morning, Sunday morning. Wednesday night, we have meditation. So nen also means meditation. Sealing your mind and heart and calm down yourself and think about Dharma. What does it mean to me? That's Nembutsu. Okay? So mindfully thinking about the Buddha. Mindfully thinking about Dharma. It's coming to you. Dharma is coming to you and knock the door. Hey, are you awake? Awake? So the Dharma is shaking you, ooh, right? That's what it is. So Nembutsu is originally visualizing the Buddha. That's a practice. Visualize. What does it mean? Now thinking about the Buddha. So Buddha statue, it's just I'm personifying the Buddha, but Buddha has a lot of characteristics in his or her body. It's just Buddha's body. They say 32 major characteristics and 80 more details. For example, the Buddha statue, when you look at the soul, all the Buddha has a flat feet, no arch. So that means Buddha can walk everywhere, touching the ground, make sure that pounding the ground, and then showing the Dharma, right? And then the Buddha's finger has a web, like a frog. Why? Because the Buddha wants to really help you, everyone. Nobody going through between the fingers. Buddha wants to really embrace and welcome everyone. That's why they have a web, right? The Buddha's finger is very long, right? And what else? He has long ears to hear everyone's suffering. Those kind of characteristics the body has. So way back there, particularly in China, the Buddhist monks, their practice is try to visualize Shakyamuni Buddha, any other Buddhas. Oh yeah, the Buddha has a bumpy hair, nice hairstyle. There's a bun on top of it. That's the wisdom. Long ear, that's right. Visualize. But if you have a memory, you can do that. But what about me like that? I cannot even do a proper meditation. I said, I'm going to count 10 to 1 today. So I said 10. Okay, next one 9. But when I go to 6 and 7, I don't know, did I say 7 or 5? I can't do that. So evidently, I don't think I can visualize the Buddha's body. But that's okay. For the people who has trouble to visualize the Buddha, Buddha said, you just call my name. Namoamidabutsu. That's number 2. Say the Buddha's name. Namoamidabutsu. It's more than enough. There is no condition. No condition. Just say Namoamidabutsu. For the people who cannot focus, who cannot visualize the Buddha. Very good. So that's why we're saying Namoamidabutsu, Namoamidabutsu, Namoamidabutsu. Right? So I want to talk about the life of Shinran. Shinran is a founder of Shin Buddhism, and Shin Buddhism came to North America, I think 1899, with the first minister to San Francisco. After that, we have almost 120 years history in North America. That's a long history. I'm sure that Issei ministers had a very difficult time. That's just before the World War II, right? All the things happening, and they struggled to spread the Dharma all over. But here, we have a wonderful diversified Sangha in this OCBC. So thinking about that's authenticity. We have a treasure of Namoamidabutsu to share with everyone. So Shinran Shonin, Master Shinran, here heard this Namoamidabutsu teaching from his teacher Honen, Honen in Kyoto. Honen was about 40 years older than Shinran, just like a modern father. So Honen Shonin's how Honen thought about Nembutsu. What I understand is Honen's Nembutsu was very straightforward, like just say Namoamidabutsu, because saying Namoamidabutsu is important. And you will get Buddhahood as you Nembutsu, because that's the Buddha's promise to you. So Honen, focus, same part. You just say Nembutsu. At that time, Nembutsu teaching Namoamidabutsu was very popular in Kyoto and all over Japan because it's not for monastic practice. People, everyone, like farmers, merchants, samurai, and all the ladies, doesn't matter, old, young, women and men, rich and poor, they all came to Honen's Dharma house. They all want to hear for their liberation. So Honen said, Namoamidabutsu equal to you. Just say Namoamidabutsu. You'll be okay. Right? Very straightforward. Very straightforward. And Shinran received this teaching, and Shinran thought about it. That's right. Saying Nembutsu, yes, I understand. But to me, to say Nembutsu, first, I have to hear first. And hear, not only hear, but I have to open up my heart and mind. That's the part, Shinran's beauty, I think. Before you listen to Namoamidabutsu, and before you say Namoamidabutsu, you need to hear. Easy to say Namoamidabutsu. Okay, Namoamidabutsu, right? But please listen first. And Shinran's understanding is, as I said, you first hear Namoamidabutsu. It's coming to you and knocking your door. Because of you, it's Namoamidabutsu comes to you. Because of me, Namoamidabutsu comes to me. Right? And you will find your true self through inner reflection. And discover your potential for transformation now in the light of Dharma. I think that Shinran wants to share about this teaching to everyone. Here in Namoamidabutsu, receiving it, right? And during the time you're receiving, observing it, you can look at yourself. That's the part. It's very important. And you receive a sort of inconceivable, sort of, I don't want to say power, but vow efficiency, I would say. Vow efficiency from the Buddha to just, you are able to, or you receive the potential to transform the way you see things. I think that's the Shinran's teaching. It's a little bit contemporary interpretation, though. See? Everybody has a potential. How wonderful it is. There's a lot of, the life is bumpy road. Lots of things happen. Sometimes over my control, but it comes. And I have to receive it, I have to digest, and I have to sort of transform myself to see the things more positively, more healthy to me. I'm sure you understand what I'm saying, right? I think to me, it's Namoamidabutsu has an incredible, I don't know what to say, that's a treasure to me. When I go to sleep, before I go to bed, I just put my hands every night. Just 5 minutes. And I have a little obutsudan and say, Namoamidabutsu, Namoamidabutsu. That's all. Namoamidabutsu. While I'm chanting, I'm saying, calling Namoamidabutsu, I just see what I said today, what I did today, a little reflection time. And then somehow that deep joy comes out from my bottom of my heart. Thank you. Thank you for the life I live today. Thank you for everything I was able to meet the Buddha Dharma when I was alive as a human. That's the feeling I receive when I say, responding to Buddha, Namoamidabutsu, Namoamidabutsu, Namoamidabutsu. Yeah. So Namoamidabutsu, probably it means to me, but sometimes might have a different meaning to everyone. But I think that Nembutsu Namoamidabutsu is a conscious acceptance of Amida Buddha's wisdom and compassion, and sort of to me a mutual trust between the Buddha Dharma, Buddha, and me. And as I said, it's unconditional acceptance. I'm fully accepted by the Buddha Dharma. There is no condition. You have to do this, you have to do that. There is no condition for Amida's liberation. Right? Just hear Namoamidabutsu and receive and look at yourself and say. Right? So inner awakening, you're deeply receive inner awakening. At the same time, you feel deep joy, gratitude. And your Namoamidabutsu spontaneously coming out of your mouth. Namandabutsu, Namandabutsu. And then also, I think Namoamidabutsu gives me and everyone the mind of resilience. You know resilience is? When you stretch the rubber band, right? And when you release it, coming back. That's resilience. So even I have a difficult time walking, living in a bumpy road, I'm okay. because I can come back to the way I should be. That's a mind of resilience. That's what I see. So, talking about resilience, I want to introduce Hisako Nakamura. Before, Reverend Harada also shared Hisako's life before, but I'm very, very impressed. Every time I read her poems and essays about Hisako Nakamura, I strongly recommend that you read the book No Hand and Feet, written by Hisako Nakamura, translated and published by OCBC Buddhist Education Center. It's available in the library here and then also bookstore, okay? So this is Hisako. Was born in Nagano Prefecture. The winter time gets really cold in Nagano Prefecture. And when she was born a long time ago, so there is no heater system, so she got a frostbite. And frostbite became a gangrene or something. It's a very severe disease. So she had to amputate both arms and both legs. Very awful. Yes. But she lived. And she encountered the teaching Namoamidabutsu. So her poem is very strong, spiritually very, very strong. When I went to Nagano Prefecture 2 years ago with my cousin, we were able to visit a Higashi Honganji. There was a Hidaka Betsuin, Higashi Honganji. So luckily, there was a Hisako's exhibition on that site. So my cousin and I were able to see all the Hisako's pictures and poems, everything. We were so touched. We are so touched. I'm sure Hisako thought, why did I lose my hands and feet? Life is not fair. Why is it happening to me? I'm sure she thought many times in her life. But she says right here, praying and wishing the Buddha for giving me hands and feet does not mean the true religion. True religion gives me the settled mind of acceptance for who I am and how I lived so far. This gives me tremendous encouragement to live my life fully. I am me, even no hands and feet. I am happy to have this life. It's very powerful, very powerful. She said, in other words, because I lost my hands and feet, I more appreciate my life and encounter the joy of Nembutsu, Namoamidabutsu, Namoamidabutsu. I thought it's really moving very much. So my cousin and I really in the tears and going through that Hisako's exhibition. How powerful that Nembutsu is. I really thought so. Everybody has a different life. Everybody has a challenge. I do too. Everybody live in Bumpy Road. But when you say Namoamidabutsu, you are fully accepted. You are just fine as you are, right? Just hear Namoamidabutsu. Look at yourself. You have potential to change or transform the way you see your life. Wake up. That's what the Namoamidabutsu is, I think. So Namoamidabutsu, saying Namoamidabutsu, is really a verbalization of my inner awakening and to the reality of life in the world as well. And it is a sound of infinite. I mean, Buddha Dharma is touching myself, which has finite life. That's Namoamidabutsu. So thank you for listening. In Nembutsu, Namoamidabutsu. Okay, join me, Gassho, please. Namoamidabutsu, Namoamidabutsu, Namoamidabutsu.